Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, again. This is Greg Batten against Darren Bond in the Con Club Singles League. 4th week, or 3rd week. Diesel had a dry break and Greg missed the double, so first chance to Darren, and it's a pretty good chance as well. If he can get on the red on the side cushion, that's going to be his only problem, or the key ball. Not played a good shot there, so he's probably going to need a cannon of some sort. Well, or if he plays this, he'll need a good pot. He may play and cannon it off the cushion now. It was an excellent pot. Looks like he's going to play just to land on it as best as he can, and you still need a good positional shot after potting this. Well, you can drop it in, but it's enough of a problem to distract him from the pot a little bit. It's hard to tell how straight it is, but and just had to drop it in slow enough, and that was missable, worrying about the white. But he's got control of this frame. No, that's a great shot. Yellow being there made that shot easier, but still, that took a lot of good judgment to cannon it full in the face. If he didn't, he might have lost the white a little bit. But he played it perfect, so Darren's 1-0 up. how it goes. Diesel might take reds or yellows here. There's slight difficulties with both. Looks like reds, so just one difficult ball that I can see at this stage. You could play for it right now, in fact, screwing across the table. He may try and bump it off the cushion, or screw right behind it. That's what he's done. Pretty unlucky to leave it a little bit awkward, but still fancy him to pot it, and this will open up the chance nicely if he gets this. No problem, so pretty difficult to see any obstacles now. Well, he might have made that a touch awkward for himself. The yellow's definitely blocked that red into one of the pockets, so he's looking at what he can do now to leave it into a different pocket. Another excellent cannon. So just a couple of delicate positional shots. First to this red and then from red to black. And if you can still see this, that's not too bad. Might be able to screw straight back. Use the two yellows by his cue as a bit of a guide. That was dead straight, so so 2-0 to Diesel. Diesel had a pretty good result last week, 8-1 win against Ben Woodman, and 6-3 win in the first week also, so it looks as though if he keeps like this that he'll probably do better than his last time in the singles league, and if he wins tonight, maybe cause a bit of a threat to Greg, who will be obviously a big favourite to win this league. Pretty good break that, but he'd love to pot a red now with the first shot, but it doesn't look like he can do that, so it's a much more difficult chance off the yellows if he goes for him. I think he's trying to find a way of some sort to get a red in, but it's pretty difficult to see one. You might be looking at coming off the bulk cushion and trying to pot the plant down over the corner, but kind of unlucky to stick on that red like that, but it looks like he's going to play that shot. Give him a chance if he gets it. That yellow was always a bit of an obstacle. He only rubbed it. It was a pretty good effort, that. So 2 shots for Greg. Missed the first yellow, but shouldn't cause too much of a problem. They're all out in the open. There's no cannons needed, no difficult positional shots. Just a case of stringing some simple pots together, and this will probably get him going. Not got as far down the table there as he would have liked, so he's going to need a difficult pot here, more difficult than he would have planned, and he's missed it. So Greg's not got going, and it's left a pretty good chance for Darren to be 3-0. There's no real yellows in his way. He might like to play the one nearest the cue ball first, but the one on the side will be his biggest problem. And I don't know if he can play this maybe with a touch of left and get on the one near the black into the corner pocket that it is available into. And I think that's the shot he's playing. It was. He might leave an angle to develop the other one. He hasn't gone far enough for that. May not be able to pot it even. If he can get through to the potting angle, he may have a chance of disturbing the yellow, the other red. Well, he just missed the yellow, but not enough side to get the red off, so probably has to go all out for this pot. He'll be on the black if he gets it. And that was a difficult pot, so another chance for Greg to get his first frame. Well, he may not have got away with that. If Darren doesn't pot this, he should still get a good red. Take the pocket. In fact, he probably wouldn't even have been playing the pot because the black doesn't go in there, so it's a good containing shot. He's got a bit of a grip in the frame for the time being, but Greg won't make it much fun for him from now on. That looks like 2 shots to Darren, I think. It looked too thin to hold that for the black in the middle, but if he has got 2, it's no problem, and probably won't be a problem anyway. It's a pretty simple pot, so he did just hold it enough, and Darren's 3-0 up now. So it sounds like Greg's nominated reds, so he'll probably be playing this plan off the red nearest the white now, and that will open things up. I didn't hit it hard enough. Judged the angle well. And they've gone, so that it's another chance for Diesel now. The only thing he might find difficult is the yellow that's nearest the cushion on the bulk end of the table. If he pots the one over the corner first, it's not always easy to get perfect on a ball that's on the cushion like that, but I'm really clutching at straws here. It's a good chance. That's not a good shot, but he can play the one over the corner now, and he may have to just roll this in and play for the other one that's on the cushion. And that's not what he's done, so I have to, if the one by the black doesn't pot, then he needs a very good shot now. And I'm not even sure he can, even if he potted the other yellow near the bulk line, that he could get on another yellow, so it looks like a pretty good chance gone. Is he trying to pot this off the black? No, he's tried to put the black safe, and he's been a little fortunate, but he's done it quite well. So he's just giving Greg a little problem now, the fact that the red's on the side cushion and the black doesn't pot really into any pockets unless he was to nudge that yellow out of the way and leave the white there. So he's going to play a hard cannon, I would have thought, on the black at some stage if he's going for the clearance. He did get a good hard cannon but missed the pot, so another chance for Darren. Not often you get more than one chance in a frame against Greg, but Darren's had it several times. And you don't want to keep refusing those chances though, keep making a mess of them if you can, and it looks like he's done that again. So unless you can get enough, and he's not even looking at the one to the middle anymore, so there can be no option, I'm sure, off that yellow in the middle of the table, so he's played a containing safety. And it may get him another chance, I suppose, or another visit to the table, I should say. If the first yellow passes the second one, he'll take it on, and it looks like he's doing that. It's wobbled in. He's going to need a good positional shot now. I don't know if he can just stun straight across. The red might be in the way that's on the cushion. He might be able to avoid it but leave a long black, and he's left. Well, it's not bad. It's probably as good as he could have got out of that. So, good pot needed, and no problem. So, Darren is 4-0 up now. think he'd like to take a yellow now if he can. He's looking at leaving an angle on that yellow he's pointing his cue at to possibly develop the one that's next to it, and he looks pretty good on this. So if the yellow over the bottom pocket is a plant with the one nearest to it, then it is a good chance. It looks like it is. Oh, I'm surprised he played that one. He kind of pointed his cue to the other one as if he planned to play that one first and probably cannon the red to leave the one he's just played, but changed his mind when he got there, and I think the plan he had first might have been better. But so 2 visits for Greg. He may need them, but it's a good chance with 2. And he may, the reason I say that is because of the one near the yellow, probably needed 2 shots to get that out and or get nicely on it later on in the visit. But now that he's missed, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. I'm not sure if this one passes the yellow. And it did, so he may play the one over the middle and then leave himself a plant on the other 2, possibly. Oh, he's overcut it. That's a surprise. So, not left anything, but Diesel will be relieved to be back to the table, and he's got an easy snooker. Probably won't get 2 out of it, but he has a bit of control of some sort. No problem to hit one, obviously. Greg's really worried about leaving Darren no pot if he can, because if he does, it looks as though he'll win the frame off that chance. So he's just going to try to find a way of leaving nothing. If he can hit the cushion near the yellow, he might be able to just, I was going to say, just hit the second red away from the black dead weight, but he didn't play that, so I'm not sure what he can do from there. He may not have tried to, well, no, I don't know what he tried. Yeah, it looks like he tried to pop the one over the middle and play a containing safety, so he was in a little bit of trouble there, so that was a pretty good visit to stop Darren from potting one at least. Another containing safety from Darren. Doesn't look as though he can possibly pot this one in the middle and get on the other one to the corner off 2 cushions. I don't think that's a possibility. So he's just tried taking this pocket and he's overhit it, so chance for Darren one way or the other. He might, well, I'm sure he'll be looking for the clearance firstly. And this yellow in the bulk end looks as though it comfortably passes the red, so it's a pretty straightforward clearance. The way he's left that, he just needs to avoid the black. That's his only worry with this, and of course the in off. So he played that well, and he's left an angle as well to not have to do very much with the white to get down the table. So it's for certain that Greg's going to lose this match, just a case of how many. And Darren's 5-0 up now. So a bit of damage limitation for Greg if he can. Darren's potted really well through this game. So if Greg loses 5-4, he probably wouldn't feel too bad about that. And certainly from this position anyway. And if it goes open like this, then there's no reason why these two can't have a good game. Greg's edge is obviously in his knowledge and experience of the rules and stuff like that over Darren. But Greg likes it open as much as anybody, and when it goes like that, then a good potter like Darren can get in the game. And he'll obviously be looking at a big win if he can get one. Might be able to pop this yellow off the red, and that's what he's done. The other yellow won't pot in the middle, but it's given him some chance of clearing up. He could play it now, in fact, but he's not looking at it. He might be trying to screw into it off this one. It was a little bit risky with the middle, but he is on one, but don't know if he can get on the one that's next to the red now by his cue. Well, you know when it's not your day. If he potted that, he'd have been in trouble, but he's missed it, so Greg's got no shot really. That was a good effort. Yeah, that was a pretty good chance, in fact, if he potted that. It was a very tough pot, but that would have given him possibilities. So, don't know whether Greg will try and take a pocket in a few shots, or if he's going all out for the clearance. Oh, didn't want that in. So, it looks as though he'd go for the clearance, but it's pretty... The yellow and red together are close enough together, I think, that the red doesn't pot anywhere really, so he's going to need to cannon it out. And it was just a little bit of a big ask, I think. So Darren, I'm sure, will be looking to roll the one in over the pocket there, with the yellow next to it on the cushion, and eventually play the yellow that's tight next to the red as a plant onto the one in the bulk end. So the more top he can get on this, the better, probably. Oh, in fact, it doesn't really matter if he leaves the white pretty much where the yellow is. He has played it with a lot of top though. So he's right behind this. He can really make sure he leaves the first yellow in the pocket after he pots the other one. Doesn't want it to escape the pocket, which it has a little bit. I don't know where the black pots. If it doesn't pot in any of the left pockets as he looks, then he might have to play a better shot. And he's looking like he has to screw right down the table to play the black into a bulk pocket. And he's good at those kind of shots. And that's perfect. That's almost exactly where he was pointing his cue. So he's left this black as easy as he could, and of course banged it in. So Diesel's 6-0 up. So 2 more frames, and Darren is guaranteed the win, obviously, guaranteed the bonus point. So in the last frame, I mentioned that Greg would be looking for 5-4, but obviously he couldn't get 5-4. The best he could have got was 6-3. But a good break there from Darren, and a real good chance on reds, and almost stuck on that red there, but he had a clean path through. Just would have liked that a bit straighter, I think, to play for the one that's nearest to black. He has to drop it in now, but he was just straight enough still. So if he can get an angle on one of the penultimate reds after this to get on the last one, then I'm sure he'll clear them up. But that's the only problem. That's what he's going to take some time now to try and figure out, where he can leave the white that he can get on the last red. It's not straightforward, but well, if he's left that high enough, then that was well judged. He didn't have a lot of room. If he screwed back a lot more, or any more really, he would have snookered himself behind that yellow. So nicely judged. And if the black goes to the middle, then he needs just a bit of left on this to knock that yellow out the way, like so. And he's taken them well. They split very well off the break, and they'll be playing with some confidence now, I'm sure. Well, he had to pot it in the top, but that was a great pot. And so 7-0 to Darren. Oh, dry break for Greg, so really nothing's going for him. And this is already his heaviest defeat that he's ever had in the singles league, but Darren will, certainly with this chance, will be pretty unhappy if he doesn't make it the full 9. Be screwing into the yellow that's awkward now, develop that one. So again, hard to see any obstacles. That shot has really opened everything up. And even if somehow he didn't get the yellow out there, there would have been plenty of other chances. So Greg was unlucky to firstly have a dry break, obviously, and then leave such a good chance. And sometimes it just doesn't go for you. But Darren really doesn't seem like he needs the 2 or 3 chances that he did earlier on. He's taking things more clinically now. Well, as I say that, he's lost the white again, so it doesn't look as though... Well, he can still pop the one in the middle of the table. He'll have awkward queuing, but he'll go for it, I'm sure. So just made things a little bit awkward for himself there, and ended up having to pull out a real good pot there, which he didn't do. So Greg has got a chance to win the last frame. White's pretty close to the middle, so barring a miracle, it is going to be 9-0 after this frame with the bonus point. Darren winning 8-0, and then he'll get the extra frame as well, the bonus point. So they'll probably open this league white up, I would have thought. A little bit of an exhibition shot just to finish. So well played, Darren. 9-0 winner tonight.
like that.